Hi guys, welcome to your reading today. We're going to go ahead and have a look at the energy that's going to run from the full moon, which will be on the 22nd of August, and it'll run out to about the 6th of September, depending which hemisphere you're living in. And you would have chose reading 1. This is reading 1 is going to be for the rose quartz. So we'll pop that up there and we'll have a look and see. We get a card or a few cards for the full moon to new moon cycle coming up for the next few weeks. Okay, looks a bit of a mess, but there we go. Right, we'll look at the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Wands. So that energy straight away, a little bit of worry about something, but then it feels like responsibility. So there's a bit of concern about having to be responsible for something, or having to step up into a certain role, or having to be responsible and take on. You're going to take on more than you want to take on, and it's mental and physical, so it seems to be a little bit of pressure. And right here you've got the bit of healing and a bit of the Hierophant, and with these, the healing and like usually education, gateway sort of stuff, it's more to do with meditating and healing a little bit through, whilst doing this, taking on this extra pressure, taking on this extra bit of burden. You sort of need to be in balance. So this is going to be put upon you. It's like somebody's given you an extra workload at work. Somebody's given you some children to look after. It's not really like that energy, but it feels like that energy where you've had extra stuff has been put on your plate that you weren't really expecting. It's popped out of nowhere that you've been given this extra. You're actually needed to help out. It's the only way I can sort of put it, in whichever way it works into your life. They need you to help out, they need you to step up, they need you to come and help do something or take on some responsibility, it feels like. And with the Temperance and the Hierophant, I feel like it's just, you're going to go ahead and do it. You can't really say no. Whatever this is about, you virtually feel like you have to help. And you just have to watch that you look after yourself while extending yourself for this situation. I don't want to say person, because it's a situation that you've extended yourself to. Just make sure that you're looking after yourself as well and you're in balance. You're sort of keeping yourself, the energy is fairly well under control. You've got the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. So in amongst this energy, it's a mix from having this responsibility to also, it just feels as though there's the world's you know, the world's in your hand there, but at the same time, I'll get some more cards because it's not telling me there. We get some clarifiers for those 3 cards for what this means for reading 1. Some clarifier for the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. So with the 3 you have the 8 of Pentacles. Still not getting it. Okay, that's a bit more like it. Okay, there we go. Alright, we have the Chariot and the Fool. So amongst this, taking on this responsibility or this added, it's not pressure, it's just a responsibility. It's taking on the responsibility, making sure you're balanced and keeping yourself healthy. I'm not sure what the 9 of Cups has to do with, that's what's got me hoodwinked, but we can see you're going to start moving through this energy and moving through this situation, working towards keeping things under control. It feels like you're sort of working to get everything gathered and everything under control. You've got the Fool energy there too, which is a new change or a new beginning, which would be this responsibility of this situation that's come in around you. Because the Chariot's here, that energy is moving you forward, and it's picking up momentum. There's still going to be some ups and downs with it's like getting into a new routine or a new pattern. I'm trying to sort of pick up what the energy exactly is, but it's not really telling me fully. But it's like you've just moved to a whole different place, and you've got to work out, where do I drive to get to the school? How do I get to the shopping centre? It's like you've never been. It's something new or something different. And it's not everyone's going to be moving, but it's got that feeling of it's your first time because of the Fool energy and the Chariot. It's got that the first time that you've had to do this, or it's the first time you've had to... Here's a scenario. Something's happened and you have to go and help out a family member and take their kids to school and pick the kids up. Now, you've never been and done this job before, but your first time you've ever driven there, you've got to go and get the kids, make sure they got their lunches packed and they got their bags and their shoes are on and all the rest of it, and take them to school, get them into the school, and then get there on time to pick them up. So it feels, that's the energy this feels like, where you've got to have this, you've got to help somebody out, you've got to give someone a hand, you've got to come in around, and things have changed. There's some scenario that's changed. And this responsibility's been put onto you, but you're happy to do it. Like, you want to do it and you want to help. But that does take a little bit of a toll because of the stressy look there of that Nine of Wands. And with the healing and the balance of Temperance and the Hierophant, I feel like to get content and to feel content through this change and this situation, you need to meditate and rest, or just, you know, keep yourself centered, keep yourself in the driver's seat. Don't sort of fall over into the drama side where you, I can't do it, it's too much. It feels all a bit like that, but with the Fool and the Chariot, it feels quite, it's different, something new. And this Three of Pentacles, I keep getting that you're going to be maybe doing some art, but it's more feeling more like to do with packing, going through cupboards, changing. Somebody could be doing something with moving through some personal belongings, or packing, like I said, moving to a whole different place. Well, of course, that would be, you'd definitely be doing it if you're packing up to move somewhere different. But it's sort of bringing in that feeling of a bit of a different world, or a different scenarios playing out. You're still feeling fairly confident. You're gonna get through this okay, but you will have your doubts. These doubts will pop up here and there. We'll get one of these moon cards to finish the reading out, for reading one, for this couple of week change that's coming in. Okay, we've got two popped over, so we'll take two of them. The Masculine and Trust. So that's card 42 and card 32. So with the masculine energy, it's not to do with the masculine being, I don't think it's a person, I feel like it's the energy. And with the energy, it'll be the authoritative in charge. You're the leader. You're the person that's been given this responsibility. Oops, sorry, knocking all my cards around here. This is that responsibility that you've got to step into this energy and take charge. You're in charge. You're the person that everyone's going to look to you to be told what to do or how to proceed. This is the energy that runs, how it resonates. You take which way it plays, and trust. Well, the trust just comes straight into the feeling of having to trust that you're going to be able to do this job. You're going to doubt yourself. That's that feeling here. That's why this trying to get to that content, confident state, which is the Nine of Cups, feeling confident. It's the doubt that comes in that you can't do what's been put on you, what task you've been given, or what if it's a promotion, something comes into your life that changes, and you just get dropped in it. It's like you got dropped in the deep end of the pool, and you have a little bit of having to trust that you're going to be fine. So I would say centre yourself and pull yourself back down into your energy and take a few deep breaths and, soldier on. It's one of those moments where you've got to soldier on and just walk through. That's it for you, reading one. Catch you all next time. Bye for now. Hey, reading two, welcome to your reading. This reading two, this will be your stone. which is a little bit of, I think it was Dalmatian, no? Yeah, I think it's Dalmatian stone. I have to look that up, but anyway, it's a spotty stone. It's very pretty. Sorry, I don't know the name of it, but I can't remember. Don't know if that sounds right or not, but anyway. This reading, we're looking at the energy running for the 2 weeks or so from the full moon, which is on the 22nd, to the new moon, which is going to be on the 6th of September. So in and around that energy, it could be a 3-week period. It might start a day or so before the full moon and go right through to just after the new moon. But we're looking for reading 2, and reading 2's message for reading 2's. We did have a card pop up the other way there. Okay. Reading 2. Alright, that's enough flicking cards. We've got a lot of cards like reading 1, which is really weird, but we're going to read, so away we go. I'm not putting them back. But it's really odd how I just like, okay, there we go. Okay, 7 of Wands, the Hermit and the Hierophant. This Page of Wands always reminds me of the Fool in this deck. Still having a look here, working out what we're going with. But this Judgment card, that's the first one I'm looking at. The Judgment card is and does represent usually Archangel Gabriel blowing his trumpet, and he's bringing the dead back to life. So they're being reborn, essentially. A new life is being put into play. With this one, because she looks like she's happily blowing the trumpet and there's the music coming out which everyone's going to follow along, she's the leader. This one feels like she's the leader. She's the Pied Piper. Everyone's going to follow her. And this is that 7 of Wands. It's a bit of responsibility and a bit of leading the way, just being a leader and just doing it comfortably, like being in charge and getting everyone to follow along and follow them, follow their lead. They've sort of got to be the one that has to step up and be in charge. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords, and that energy is sort of coming in with that. Being in charge, she's the boss, she's making good decisions, she's calm, she's centered. And there was, because it's the 6 of Swords, that's moving forward, the energy is moving forward away from a more difficult situation. So it's sort of moving forward with, like, to calmer waters. They're heading into calmer waters, going forward into some calmer waters. These guys here, the Hermit and the Hierophant, this is on the downside. Like, she'll show outwardly that she's in charge and she's confident and she's going to be calling the shots and she's working out what's going on here. I will find out hopefully in a bit what it's about, but we've sort of come into the midway of the story here. It feels like we've just sort of stepped into the middle of it. I don't have anything here that shows me what has come to make this change come in, but it's, again, it's to do with taking charge, being responsible, stepping up, being confident. And even if you don't really feel like it, because the trick is that when no one's around watching, here she's showing everyone she's centered and she's meditating and she's very zen, very in control. And then when she's alone, she's having to sit down and meditate, and she's talking to her higher self, her you know, if you're religious, whatever it is that you talk to, that you want support from, you know, you're talking to your angels, your guides, your God, whoever you've got on your side. It's like somebody kneeling beside their bed praying. That's what I sort of see, that they're praying to get through this situation or this new challenge or this challenging time. Feels like something's challenging this person again, but I feel that they're really confident and they're going to be fine doing it, but they just feel... They feel like they need support, but they're not going to ask anyone for it. They're going to just go it alone, and I think it's just going to show themselves how strong they are. We don't have the Strength card here, but that's what it feels like, is the Strength card. Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So you've got the Page and the Knight, both fire signs. So it's a lot of action and a lot of movement. Running, I feel like you're running around doing a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff happening. You're having to get up and go and sort things out. We're going to see if I can get a clarifier to find out. I think what to ask. What brought this about? What brought this situation about? This change, this leadership change. Okay. Got the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Well, it's usually to do with your career and your income, or your money side of life. We've got the full moon in the picture there, which is pretty cool. We've got the full moon here as well, which is just noting them there. Now with that Five of Wands energy, there's been a bit of brainstorming and a bit of people working stuff out and looking into things. Now with this Ace of Pentacles, it's to do with making decisions, and it will be, some people will be to do with a new job, going into a new job, getting even a promotion, which was a bit like reading one. There was felt like a promotion energy, or given some responsibility. But this one is slightly different because it seems to be, this one's not as stressed out. This one seems to be doing it a lot easier. And this, I just got this come in my head here with this one where I said she shows everybody what to do, but secretly at night she's sort of praying she's going to be fine. And I just got, in my brain, I just got fake it till you make it. So if that sits with anyone. But there's going to be a lot of going and moving around, phone calls, information, people. I feel like people are still coming in around the situation, and because you're the one that's calling the shots, you virtually have to tell everyone when they come and ask you questions. It feels like a promotion at work, that where they come and ask you because you've been given the job as being the boss. You've been put in charge. We'll get a few more cards for reading 2, the Dalmatian stone. Okay, and then we've got the World. So the World's quite big with the cycles of change. So, anything else for reading 2? The Four of Pentacles. Okay. So the Four of Pentacles will be, there'll be like the income and the money, and you've got the moons in these cards again too, back in the background there, all the moons. But with these two, the Four of Pentacles is having to watch the money and having to not overspend. And it doesn't mean that you don't have enough money. It means just not going, don't be too spendthrift. It's, to me, I'm just getting that feeling that's, oh, hang on, but now I'm getting a different message. So it's the end of this cycle. The World's a big cycle. It might be the end of this money situation being a little bit harder. If you do get this promotion or do get this new situation coming in with the money, if you've been having to be on a budget all the time, I think the end of this budgeting is going to become reality over the next, this won't happen in just 2 weeks, it'll take weeks and weeks, but this is the beginning of this situation. So whatever happened up here to get you into this position where this new path is opening up in front of you and there's a new responsibility, it's bringing in a lot of change. And with this Queen of Pentacles also here as well, she's very much quite comfortably in charge. She's confident. She's a little bit of luxury and a bit of there's a little bit of extra money, which could be again this Four of Pentacles where it looks like you have been holding on to your money. Because it come out with the World, I feel like it's the end of that cycle where this tightness is hopefully going to be, easing up a bit. It won't be so stressful all the time to have to watch all the money all the time and what you spend it on and all the rest of it. because this new opportunity is coming in and around you. And if somebody offers you an opportunity and you think it's past, you're unable to take it on, it's too much for you, as in, oh, I couldn't possibly be put in charge, I don't know how to run this situation or to do it, do step up and have a go. You will actually... Okay, battery ran out. So what I was saying was that Spirit is showing you how strong you really are and how confident and how powerful you really are once you step into your own, once you're in charge, once you're put in charge of this situation or what's happening here. They're showing you, you'll actually start to realise as time passes a little bit that you're actually going to be quite proud of yourself for how you've handled it, how you've come through this situation, or how you took on the responsibility, how you took on the change that's around. So we'll just get a couple of moon cards. We'll get a card for reading 2 for the overall energy for this cycle. Anything else for reading 2? So this is that energy I was sort of just intimating about that. By the way, it's card 28, in case somebody wanted to know. This is the feeling that you'll have when you get through the initial beginning of this change that you're going into, stepping into, when this situation starts to smooth back out and you get your sea legs and all that, like you're starting to feel more confident. There'll be a nice feeling of peace that comes across you because you took on the responsibility, you took on the challenge, you stepped up. In other words, you stepped up, you stepped into your own power, and you virtually, it's like you aced it. At the end of the day, you stepped into the energy of stepping into that powerful, responsible, being in charge energy, and you're going to actually virtually going to really shock yourself at how confident and calm you've handled the whole situation, so the whole change. So great reading 2. That's it for you. Bye. Hi guys, welcome to reading 3. Reading 3, you would have picked this beautiful little piece of AngelAuraQuartz. It's a little sphere, like a marble. I'll pop it up there. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a few cards, and this reading is going to run from the full moon on the 22nd, give or take a day or so before, right to the new moon, which is on the 6th of September, depending where you live in the world. But the energy can run a few days either side of this, fortnight to say 18 days, something like that. We get some cards for reading 3, please. Okay, nothing flipped up, but we'll see what we got. Okay. Alright. Okay. We have the 3 of Swords and the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Swords and the 5 of Wands. So with this energy here, there is a little bit of heartache, there is a little bit of upset. Something's come out and popped up in your life that's been upsetting, and it's generally just a little bit of upset and pain in the heart. It's a little bit disturbing sort of feeling, just to keep looking at it and thinking, oh, it's a bit sad. Sorry for sneeze. Sorry about that. Okay, but with the 7 of Wands, you're going to take charge. You're taking charge over this energy. I feel like the scenario is playing out like, I don't have time to feel at the moment. It feels like you're quite busy, you've got a lot on your plate, and this energy is in the background. It's like you go home, it sounds really bad, but it's like you go home and you cry at night. But in the daytime you get up and you soldier on. So it's got that dual situation. See her red cape just going straight into that curtain. Now with this energy, you're very much putting it aside. You're not actually looking and feeling into it. It's like the pain and the heartache's there on some level, but it's you're masking it, and you're sort of soldiering on like, I'm alright, I'm okay, I'm okay. And I feel like you have to be in charge, or you have to get up. You've got responsibilities, you've got a house to run, a family to run, a business to run, whatever you've got in your life, you've got responsibilities, you've got to get up and soldier on. But I feel like you're coming back and you're crying out of sight. Nobody's really seeing that side so much, you're keeping it a bit hidden. There is a bit of that anguish moving out of that energy from that Three of Swords. It will start to dissipate. We've got the full moon here, so I don't really want to say it, but it feels like it's not this full moon, it's the next full moon that it will run through with that energy stirring in the background. It won't be continually crying every day and every night, but that just takes a little bit of time to heal. It's whatever that wound is, it's not going to be done a big cry and you're going to be better. It feels like there's just been an upset, something you lost, something that's disappointed you, something that it just got away from you, something that virtually got taken from you, and you didn't really get a choice. You didn't lose it, it got taken out of your hands. And the Five of Wands is, I feel like if you do start showing any emotion, there's a lot of people that all come in and around you and they're telling you, oh, I know, you're feeling upset, you need to come and get a coffee, and you need to come and buy a new outfit at the shopping. Like, they're all telling you how to feel and how to get better. And we'll get some more cards, but to me it feels definitely like the energy of you need to, yeah, and I just looked at that because I've picked it up and I've actually turned it over and saw it. There's the Hangman on the bottom of the deck, and that is the exact energy of sacrifice and surrender. So having to surrender into that upset and that energy. I'll leave it sitting there, but it's definitely something that you're going through something, and people are going to be telling you how to cry or how to feel or they're trying to help you, but they're actually being a pain in the bum. It's the only way to put it. As soon as I look at it, that's what I feel. We'll get a bit more for the AngelAuraQuartz for reading 3. Maybe can tell us what this is about, this upset. Okay, got the Hermit. Four of Swords, yeah, okay. No, I'm not getting exactly, because it's going to be different for everyone. It's not telling me exactly what. And on the bottom of the deck we've got the Lovers. Okay. Eight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Swords, the Hermit. And straight away, the Four of Swords and the Hermit. So with this upset and with this situation that's underneath, it's an undercurrent, and it's maybe you've been working really hard, diet and exercise, and you're hitting the wall and you're not getting where you want to get, and you've been trying for a really long time to get through this and change or have something come in that was positive, but even that feels way too light. This feels a lot heavier. It feels like something very personal, because the Hermit here is talking about being your own guide through the dark, coming out of this energy. So that scenario about being fit and healthy, because I just keep looking at this person thinking they're physically exhausted, they're collapsing on that bed, like drained. It's like they've just been jogging for 10 miles and they've just collapsed down in a heap and they just can't even get up. They feel like giving up. It's the only way I can put it. There's the energy that I just spoke about, which was that trying to make yourself look healthy or get fit. You feel like giving up. It feels like it's time to drop it. why bother? You get that, you know, drop your shoulders and all that sort of feeling where you're just all like, oh, whatever, I don't even want to bother. And the Hermit's there. He's that light in the dark night when you feel like you can't get up and you can't go on. I can't keep doing this. I can't get out of this bed. I can't get up. I just want to stay here and die, which sounds terrible, but this is that energy I'm getting off this card. And the Hermit's there, and he's coming in as if to say, follow me. Get up and walk. Get up and wash your face. Get out of bed. Get up and move. Don't sit there. Don't sit in that energy. Don't stay in it. The only way to get out of the energy is through it. So the minute you don't feel like you can get out of bed or brush your hair or feel even at all good, it feels all that like a depression, heavy blanket feeling. That's the moment where you need to get up. You need to get dressed, brush your teeth, go and have something to eat. And even if you don't have a plan, you just go, right, get in the car and drive to the shopping centre. I know we've got all this, whatever's happening around the place at the moment, but even if you walk around your own yard, you've got to be able to walk around somewhere where you can walk around or get outside and sit in the sun. Just go and sit in the sunshine itself, because the sun actually does, being, you know, flashing back to Egyptian, you know, the god was Ra, was the sun god. And even though I don't know why he's coming into the conversation here, but he is, just sitting and having the sun shining on your skin and sitting in the sun, even for like 15-20 minutes, it does something. It's like when I always see Superman when he used to fly up and he used to just stand with his cape waving and have the sun shining on, and it used to power him up. Well, I feel like we all have that in us somewhere, the same. I know we can't fly with capes, but it would be good. But anyway, back to reality. Okay, we've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. So there's a lot of fast energy coming in, and the Farmer's card is all about planting seeds and tending to the seeds. So with this situation with the Farmer's card, I feel like it's you starting to plot a course, starting to plan how to move out of that energy, how to move forward. The Eight of Wands coming in is offers from people around you. I feel like because of the people here that know, that there's some people around you that know what's going on. They can see or sense that you're upset. They know something has gone on that's made you go into a slump, into that depression feeling. And these are all people ringing up and chasing you all the time, saying, come out, come and have a coffee, come and do something. And you have the Lover's card here on the bottom of the deck that we saw. And of course, it's to do with, it can be offers from people, friends, it can be romance, but it feels more to me like it's even to do with choice. And you have a choice, and the choice is always of two. And you can sit there and feel the pain and feel heavy and feel weighted, or you can get up and you can walk out the door and go and do something. So what else can we get for... There we go. Yes, I hear you. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is with the big moon here. The Eight of Cups is walking away. So when you're walking away from the emotions. So all the cups hold the emotions there, and you're walking away from that situation, from that heaviness, from that heavy feeling, that weighted feeling, where you feel disappointed, you feel lost. You feel it just is sad, and everyone has to acknowledge and have sad times, and people have to go through grieving or sadness or loss, but you also have to get up and soldier on. And there's no time frame. There's no time frame here to say it's got to be done by this moon or that moon. It's going to be a process, and everyone's going to be different. Nobody's going to be... Someone could take weeks, somebody can take years, but the whole underlying theme is that to feel the pain, sit in the pain, but then when it feels like it's getting a bit too heavy, that's the time that you take one of the phone calls and say, yes, I will go out with you, I will get dressed, and I will, even if you've got to fake it, even if you've got to fake the smiles and fake the shiny, you know, I'm great, yeah, I'm fine, and you're feeling horrible inside. Every day you just take another step and keep moving and keep going, keep soldiering on. And then we got the Hanged Man again. which we just had here before on the bottom of that deck. And he's just coming in to say, the world's upside down here. The world doesn't feel, because you're feeling with this heaviness that's on you, the world doesn't feel normal to you. It's like you're hanging upside down in a tree and you're looking at everything in front of you, and nothing looks right. Everything looks weird, and it even feels weird, like the blood's all rushing to your head. It actually feels a bit pressured and everything's a bit off. But all I keep getting is that soldier on. Don't sit too long in it. Feel it. Take a sip out of that cup, which is that sad cup, and then put the cup down and get up and move on, and then you go back to the cup again. If you've got to keep going and sipping out of that cup, you keep going and sipping out of it, but eventually you've got to move with that Eight of Cups. You've got to keep moving forward with that energy. We get one of these moon cards for reading 3, please, to finish out. Okay, we have abundance. So, another moon in the... Just had to point that out. And this is card 38. So with this abundance, there probably is and can be some abundance coming in around you. And like abundance is and can be, not just money. Abundance can be, you know, people giving you love, people giving you support, people caring, people wanting to make you feel better, people wanting to pick you up and lift you up out of that energy that you're in. They're wanting to bring you up, back up to the light, back up into lighter energy, not so heavy. I just see a lot of animals in this card, so I think somebody out there somewhere has a really strong connection to animals and has very much an animal spirit about them. And these animals can even bring you abundance, because it's just the animal can just come up and just sit with you, and it can make you feel better. And I'd just say again, if you can go out and you can be in nature, or go out for a forest walk, or go out anywhere where there's a bit of, you know, just nature, water, forest, whichever way you can get to. I feel like if you go out there, you're going to feel a little bit more abundant, because you're going to feel a bit more joyful and a bit lighter, and get out of the heavy feeling. So that's it for you, reading 3. As weird as it was, it's definitely going to get the abundance, and the energy's going to start picking back up. You just have to hang in there and keep moving through the energy that you've got. It's an underlying energy that's in behind there, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of people, and your spirits, your spirit animals, their general animals, people, friends, family, everyone's around you is all going to support, and I feel like they're going to wrap you up in a blanket and look after you. So it's all we've got to look forward to, is that it will eventually get better, and you'll eventually come through and get feeling like yourself once again. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that was it. We read that card. I just thought, was there a card there I missed, but I didn't. All good. Okay, reading 3. I haven't got, not as positive a reading as I'd like, but you definitely will come back to feeling centered again. It will get there. So hang in there and fight on. Not everyone's got rainbows and lollipops. Sometimes it's always, you know, the darker side has to come through sometimes. So you're going to make it. You're going to be fine. Thanks, reading 3. Bye for now.